We kind of mentioned this yesterday that the Seattle Seahawks were a little bit upset. They were bothered because they were trying to celebrate the departure of, their guy who had been there for a long time, Tyler Lockett, a decade with the team. They released him. They're the ones that cut him, but they were upset that DK Metcalf went public with his trade request on the same day that they released Tyler Lockett. And so yesterday, on with Wyman and Bob in Seattle,
Wyman and Bob,
John Schneider, the GM of the Seahawks, spoke about the situation.
Probably not intentional, but very disappointed in the timing. We wanted this to be a very special day. We wanted it to be, Tyler Lockett Day. We've had cap casualty, very famous, extremely important legends that have been cap casualty individuals that we probably could have handled a little bit different in the past. So we wanted to handle Tyler's situation as classy as we possibly could. So yeah, we all were very excited for to have this really nice day for Tyler, to celebrate Tyler. And I'd be lying if I felt bad for Tyler. The TV's all about DK instead of Tyler Lockett, and it kind of actually goes, it correlates with his whole career. I mean, this guy is one of the most underrated wide receivers in NFL history.
That blows my
history.
By the way, that blows my mind that the bad guy in all this is DK Metcalf for going public with a trade request, and not the Seahawks, who cut the guy that they care so much about. What am I missing here?
Wait.
Wait, what am I missing?
So you're saying your first name is Gaylord and your last name is Effer?
What am I?
Wait.
Am I hold on a
Your
second.
parents named you that?
John.
It doesn't make sense.
You
man.
cut him. If you're oh, he's a cap casualty. Well, I mean, if you get rid of DK Metcalf, maybe that'll clear up some cap space. I don't know. What am I missing? You made the decision to cut him, and instead of looking like the bad guy, they point the fingers at DK Metcalf and go, "How dare you do this on Tyler Lockett Day?" No, it's Tyler Lockett got cut day. That's a big difference. How does this work?
He's had a better career thus far than DK Metcalf.
Oh, he's been great. He is one of the most underrated players in the league.
He is.
He's great. Him
and you let him go.
Yes.
You let him go.
But it's DK Metcalf's fault. He shouldn't have made that announcement on that day.
Yeah,
you cut him.
I when I saw this story, I just immediately thought to myself, it continues to be that double standard of the organization versus the athlete, the player themselves. It's like you expect the athlete to hold themselves to a certain level and a certain degree of professionalism, and I don't know that that's always the case for the organization. And when it is the organization that comes into question, the easy out and the easy response is always to say, it's not personal, it's just business. So in the end, when you look at what DK Metcalf had to say, regardless of the day, wouldn't it be easy to say, I mean, he didn't bash Tyler Lockett.
No.
He didn't come out saying anything derogatory.
No.
So if he's not saying disparaging things, why wouldn't Snyder and anyone else looking at what DK Metcalf is doing as only he's conducting business? The best time to get your message across when it has to do with you is when the spotlight is on the situation itself. So in a moment where the Seattle Seahawks have brought the spotlight on them for one reason or another, conducting business, DK Metcalf is conducting business. And in a moment where people are paying attention, he let it be made known that he would like to be traded. I mean, there's nothing egregious about saying you want to be traded, for one. Why did you have to come out with a statement saying that that's poor form? Why would you even address that in the sense of making it a comparison. You almost proved the point as to why a DK Metcalf would want to be traded. You're basically in that statement, whether you meant it or not, you're loosely saying that Tyler Lockett is more valuable and more important than you. Stay in your place. Let us have a moment with what we're doing and honoring Tyler, and then we'll get back to you. He doesn't have to play by those rules because just like you're doing business, he's conducting business for franchise team Metcalf. So I don't understand what Snyder's like ultimate point or what his ultimate goal was coming out and addressing it like in a full manner of like almost like reprimanding this man for conducting business for his own brand. Doesn't make sense.
And listen, there's nothing. If they want to cut Tyler Lockett, that's fine. Everybody's got decisions to make, and their teams are doing that all over the league right now. That's like it. This is
every year.
Yeah,
happens
every
year.
single year. Not a big deal. But like
and players request trades every year.
All of that is fine. But I didn't look at Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf and go, oh my God, that's in totality. I looked at it as two separate conversations because they're in two separate points of their career. Tyler Lockett is a veteran. They're trying to save money on the cap. DK Metcalf is looking for an extension. I didn't I didn't put those two together that they all needed to be grouped into the same area and be like, oh, well, he should be looking out. No, you made the decision to release Tyler Lockett. Like, there's two separate conversations here. It's not the same. And the fact that, he wants to go the route of, we're really disappointed in what happened. It's like when your parents are pissed at you, they say, I'm not mad, I'm just really disappointed. It's like, I'm really disappointed in you. I thought you would have had better judgment.
You know what, DK?
Kiss my ass.
You should have waited until we got a little bit further out from the combine and us scouting the combine because right now what you're trying to do is take attention away from the combine by saying that you want to get a trade, and I just don't understand why you would do that during the combine. Like, does that make any sense at all? Like, the combine just took place. Let me tell you what's going on here, because sometimes people don't take and break it down to the minute detail. What DK Metcalf is doing is he's getting out ahead of the free agent wave.
Hell yes.
That's 100% what it is, right? So now you're looking at this year's prospects, the top prospects at the combine. Boom. Draft is coming up not too far from now. But what comes out before the draft is what? The new league year.
Yeah.
When the new league year starts, what happens? Boom, 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 boom. The trades start happening. The transactions start happening. Those things take place before the draft. So what DK Metcalf is doing is he's positioning himself to be considered one of the top guys, which he would be one of the top free agents at the position. And now you have the opportunity to possibly get the type of contract with guarantees that he does not currently have going to another team, or you're testing the market and you're creating a market for yourself, and you're leveraging the current team that you're with to have to take a serious look at what your value is and what your worth is, because it's a trade situation. It's not a free agent situation. You don't want to lose out to free agents when the free agency period of time hits if you're someone who wants to request a trade. So you're putting the SOS signal out there. You're putting it out there. Hey, I want to be available. If you're looking for someone like me, Green Bay, if you're looking for somebody like me, Pittsburgh, whoever it may be, hey, I'm right here. I'm here. That's what DK Metcalf is doing. And if you're asking me if that's where you're at in your career, there is absolutely zero wrong with what it is that he's doing, other than to say you're taking a risk on turning off certain people, which it clearly sounds like that's what he's done. You're taking the risk of where you're turning off the people in the top in the upper management areas of the current franchise you're with. That's like really the only thing, and maybe offending the fans of the team.
By the way, imagine if Scott Shapiro, our Lord and Savior, called me and said, "Hey, we're gonna have to let you go. It's been a hell of a run. It's been 15 plus years. We're gonna have to let you go." And then that same day, you announce that you're going to be looking elsewhere for employment. I can't imagine a world where I would call you and be like, "How dare you? They just fired me. Couldn't you at least give it 24 hours before you looked elsewhere too?" No, I just got clipped. Like, it's not the conversation is so bizarre. I don't imagine, and I don't know Tyler Lockett from anybody. I don't know him at all. I can't imagine Tyler Lockett was upset that DK Metcalf's trade request went public the same day he just got released. I can't imagine. Like, I can't imagine. It feels like, to your point, it's okay for certain people to conduct business, but it's not okay for others.
Correct. Or you got to conduct your business by our rules.
Yes.
Here are the set of rules that you're allowed to conduct business at, and this way. And if you don't do it, we're going to be very disappointed. Like, you're not my parent. What the hell you mean we're very disappointed? Who the F do you think you are?
I mean, you can do this, just not of all days today. And we're disappointed you chose today. Okay.
Like, you pay me for a service, bro. Like, once we're done playing, you know how many GMs I've spoken to, or scouts, or coaches that I played for when I was in the league? Like, let me think. I talked to Vinny Serrato not too long ago because his son goes to Penn State. He plays hockey at Penn State. All right. Vinny's a cool dude.
What up, Vinny?
I don't even remember the GM after Vinny. I don't even remember who that was. Louis Riddick was a scout. Good dude. Cool dude. I've never spoken to Louis. I haven't talked to him. Any other scouts? Don't really remember. Let's see, who else? Coach Coughlin, a myriad of coaches. I talked to Coach Edwards quite a bit, George Edwards. That's my guy. I think outside of George Edwards, I can't think of any former owners. I've never spoken to the Mirror or the Tisch family. I've never talked to I talked to Dan Snyder to try to mend fences one time after, that was maybe like year 4 or 5 of being retired. This is like year, 21 or something like that, 20?
Did you guys talk? Did you guys
Did we mend fences?
Yeah.
Hell no. We got on the phone. I was like, "Hey, man, can we like mend this? Yeah, hey, can we get this together? What are you talking about? Oh, what am I talking about? Oh, what are you talking about? I'm on the phone because you requested a call. Oh, have a good day, bitch." And if I see you on the street, it's on site. And I can guarantee you, them people you paying to secure you, them is my people too. I got to know them. I don't pay them, but them my people too. They might turn and look away while I slap your little ass.
Damn.
And that was the end of that call. We never spoke ever again, But you can't sit there and expect people to just always I'm supposed to cower down, shrink myself, make myself into nothing as it applies to me and my own personal affairs, business-wise, as it applies to what your agenda is as a person in the organization or you as an organization as a whole. It's never made sense to me, but the age-old deal is that until maybe now, because of social media and these direct kind of connections to the fan bases and fantasy football decentralizing, like the stone cold hardcore fan bases, like the hardcore people, they probably sit there and look at DK like, screw you. The casual fan that's a fan of the Seahawks, but they look at football as a whole, they're looking at it like, DK's doing business. They're not, nobody's going to get at, there's going to be a small number of people that get offended by what Snyder is saying because they're going to jump on board with it. Like, yeah, you're going against us. You're going against us. Like, that's not really the overall arcing belief of how things are done at the pro level anymore. Players have a much stronger voice, a much more established presence than what they ever have. So, you got to take advantage of it because these are things that back in my day, you weren't able to do this, Jonas. They would have a reporter of some type, whether it's print or whether it's television or radio, or all, and the information is being disseminated and it's being measured and weighed by the people who are giving that information, and it's usually from the organization, not from the athlete. And that's all changed now. So I'm not going to say good for you, DK, because it's not like it's a big deal. It's not that big of a deal, but the fact that Snyder made it a big deal makes it one of those interesting things where you look at it and you break it down. You're just like, what the hell are you doing? What are you thinking? Like, if you wanted it to be all about Tyler Lockett, then just keep it about Tyler Lockett. You didn't even, whoever asked you the question, you didn't even have to respond to it. You know what you say? It's all about Tyler Lockett. There you go.
Yeah, that's it.
It's all about Tyler Lockett, and then keep it moving from there.
Yep.